Hey there, I'm Tony DeCoble. This is The Uplift. We had a great show for you, a great cast of characters as well. Among them, these, a fashion designer rewriting the playbook on sports merchandise, how she's putting her own twist on what women wear to the stadium. Also, a 19-year-old politician inspired by his high school teacher to run for office. How'd he do? Steve Hartman has their story. Also, an even younger politician, 4th grade, proving he may be small, but he is mighty. A little Shakespeare quote for you. Plus, a group of cowgirls taking on the rodeo and proving they can hold the reins. And a father-son duo who made history by completing triathlons together. David Begnaud will show us their newest challenge. All of that and more. Heartwarming news. You know what you're watching. The Uplift. Hey there, welcome to The Uplift, the show that lifts you up for at least the next 30 minutes, you and me as well. And we're going to begin with a local election in Virginia. Now, you may want to know how a political story fits into The Uplift. Well, here's Steve Hartman to explain.
For being just 19, Cameron Drew of Surry County, Virginia is ambitious. Some might say overly ambitious.
Hi, I'm Cameron Drew, candidate for Surry County Board of Supervisors.
In last week's election, the young liberal took on the establishment.
I wanted this job because I knew I could serve the people. I knew I could be an advocate for the youth and be an advocate for our county.
It's a confidence he credits to an old high school teacher.
My favorite government teacher.
Kenneth Bell taught Cameron civics.
Y'all know this fella, right?
Mr. Bell says he always knew Cameron would make a great politician.
A wonderful young man. He would have been formidable against any opponent against whom he would have run.
That guidance has helped me and prepared me so much for this moment.
But to get elected, Cameron would have to defeat the incumbent, a beloved lifelong resident and conservative, a local high school teacher, a civics high school teacher. You're the opponent.
Yeah.
That's right. Cameron challenged his own mentor. Not uncomfortable at all, they say.
Because he was very receptive. He was we were both respectful about it, so it was never an awkward moment.
In fact, during the campaign, Mr. Bell says he found himself defending Cameron, especially on the age issue.
Yes, he's young, but he's really invested in trying to make a difference.
You know, this isn't how campaigning's supposed to go.
Yeah, I know.
You're supposed to put down the other guy.
Yeah, well, you have to be a teacher, I think, to really know this and to see somebody that you help to shape and mold take this brave step, not knowing what's going to happen.
In the end, Cameron won by 8 votes, to the delight of both candidates.
And what'd you say?
Congratulations, and I'm so proud of you. And I love you.
I'm just lost of words because of the fact that he's been so gracious.
A glimmer of hope, perhaps, for what our politics could be.
I pray that all of my opponents are like this.
Steve Hartman.
Not gonna happen.
On the road in Surry County, Virginia.
Well, that was a surprisingly uplifting political story. How about we keep the theme going? Next up, the story of a breakout star in a very local race, an elementary school council election, student council, that is. They don't do bigger politics than that. And later, David Begnaud's got an update on a father-son duo who defied odds to complete a triathlon, or several, in fact, together. What's their next big challenge? David Begnaud will have your answer. You don't have to be big to be a big political force. In fact, you don't even have to be a grown-up. Here's a look at one young person facing the voters.
How you all doing today?
Christian Brooks is this year's breakout star. The 4th grader was running for student council vice president.
I ran because I want to make our school happy and a place where everyone feels included. But I still want to make it a place where everyone gets a good education. Best ideas come from students just like us.
Brooks's father posted his campaign speech on social media. And then the election took a twist.
I didn't win vice president, but what was even cooler is that the 4th grade trusted me so much that they literally wrote me into office.
You want to do that one or this one? Which one?
Students wrote him into office as class representative with the most write-in votes for the position. He has big ideas for what he wants to do.
Make the playground a little more safe.
He also wants to make learning more fun and make improvements to the cafeteria menu.
And we already have a choice of cookies, but it's not every day.
I'm mostly proud of how he handled not getting the outcome that he was looking for. To me, I think our resilience and what some people might perceive as failure or undesired outcome is really the measure of who we are as people.
Principal Gerard Lattimore says Brooks connected with his classmates.
When I became principal, and keep in mind this is my first year at Benteen, Christian was one of the first kids I met, and it seemed like he was giving me a campaign speech then about what he wanted to change in 4th grade.
Brooks is already thinking about his next campaign.
Definitely to campaign a lot more. Like, I already did a lot this year, but I think I'm gonna go class to class next year.
If you've ever seen a big sporting event, you probably saw a wave of the home team's colors. Everyone in the same jerseys, hats, scarves, and more worn to show support for the team. Well, Jonathan Begnaud recently met a designer who's rewriting the playbook on sports fashion.
It's a familiar sight. A stadium full of the home team's colors. But there's one designer who is changing the playbook for fan fashion.
The way I approached this merch was to offer some things that were just different than the static t-shirt and hoodies.
Damo Wells and her Dead Dirt collection for the Washington Spirit have been wowing fans all season.
It's kind of like a more fashionable option, which I like. So this is just like a way to really connect with the fan base and like create a cool community.
Wells says women's sports merchandise also deserves to be in a league of its own.
A lot of the stuff is shrink it and pink it. It's like you take a men's thing and you just make it small and put glitter and pink on it and call it a day. And so we deserve more than that.
Like this reversible jacket Wells created.
This is for blackout, simple, straightforward, could wear all the time. But in the event of the yellow out game, then you have a really fun option to take this and switch her.
Yeah, it's bright.
To the custom camo that we had made for Spirit.
And fans are snapping it up.
It's not just a sport, right? It's a lifestyle. So it's good to have some fashionable pieces that you can wear.
Wells' designs helped bump merchandise sales at Washington Spirit games almost 15% this season.
We've had a lot of success. And I think it just honestly is a testament to the diversity of the consumer.
And league officials also loved what they saw. So the National Women's Soccer League is tapping Wells to design merch for every single club. 16 next season, with a 17th team coming to Atlanta in 2028.
Is it overwhelming to have to design for 17 different brands? Yes, all part of the same umbrella that is the league, but uniquely different.
Yes, massively. It has been a lot of work to get a grip on each region, as the time that you spend understanding a city and its nuances is still significant.
And it's catching on with fans.
This is just an excellent rendition of what people feel about the city, right?
As for what we'll catch Wells wearing at tomorrow's final,
which one's your favorite?
Why would you do that? I love them all. They're all amazing. I look forward to seeing them compete.
Guess that one will have to be settled on the pitch. I'm Jonathan Begnaud in Los Angeles.
Coming up, we take you to a restaurant where solo diners don't need to feel lonely because the chef caters to those who make a reservation for one. Plus, meet a group of women who are revolutionizing the rodeo. Jan Crawford now takes us to a restaurant in Alabama where solo diners get a show with their reservation for one.
Let me know if y'all have any questions as I'm going.
When Chef Rob McDaniel brings out this 88-pound tuna,
anytime we have a really pretty tuna head like this, we'll smoke it next door.
He reels in a crowd, ready to share the experience of seeing it carved up together.
That's coming through to them, yeah.
And with this feast for the eyes,
I'm taking off the ribs right now, or just any we accumulate goes into our tuna burger.
you may at first miss that in the front row for the show is almost all solo diners.
That tuna burger is fire.
Yes, sir.
Customers restaurants once politely put up with or put at the bar,
Hands right here, B10.
but not McDaniel.
The guest that is by themselves, that is a huge opportunity to really wow them.
An opportunity.
And give them an experience that they weren't expecting.
When a big catch comes in, Bayonet in Birmingham, Alabama offers this interactive raw bar experience on social media, and solo diners snap it up.
I kind of like dining alone.
You like
sort
it?
of a party of one, and I can talk to these guys or whoever's around me, and it's kind of a good way to sort of shut the brain off and just enjoy the moment.
1 in 5 Americans now regularly dine out alone, and about half of younger professionals say they eat out alone every week.
To me, it's just a cool opportunity to chat to somebody.
Like we saw Bex Correa do, with Chino Reeser right next to her.
Did you guys know each other? No.
And restaurants are eating it up too. Open Table says solo diners spend 48% more, on average $84.
If you come in and you sit by yourself and we give you an amazing experience, what we have done is planted a seed for the next time that you are here. You may be by yourself again, or you may be with 4 other people.
But McDaniel knows there still can be a stigma.
When you walk into a restaurant and the person at the door says, just one, well, that immediately makes you feel uncomfortable. And we don't want to do that.
Hands, please.
Southern hospitality comes naturally to the North Alabama native.
Do you remember what you cooked first when you were growing up?
It was magnetic alphabet letters on a sheet pan with a spatula. I was on the floor and I was just moving that stuff around.
His earliest memories in the kitchen are with his grandmother, Helen. McDaniel and his wife, Emily, named their first restaurant right next door for her before opening Bayonet, where he's created this one-of-a-kind experience that's giving solo diners a reason to look up.
Pops right through.
I mean, I look at this as an opportunity to not be on my phone.
That's one of my biggest pleasures, is if I can walk around and go and look at a bar, look at a group of people, and there's no phones, unless they're taking pictures.
22% of solo diners say they'd strike up a conversation with the staff. 27% say they'd even invite other solo diners to their table. Meaning one of the best parts of going to a restaurant alone is you never know who you may end up sharing a meal with. I'm Jan Crawford in Birmingham, Alabama.
Cowboys have been a big part of America's Wild West for decades, but as Itai Hod discovered, it's not only cowboys who rule the rodeo. A new wave of cowgirls is reaching for the reins.
Just east of San Francisco, there's a stretch of California where cowboys have ruled for generations. Here, the day begins like it always has. Same boots, same spurs, same sky full of dust. Except today, this isn't your typical cowboy. In fact, this isn't a boy at all.
Something kind of badass about being a cowgirl.
There is, yeah, I could admit that. It's pretty awesome.
Jillian Murray is a 5th-generation rancher and professional breakaway roper. A rodeo event that's all about speed and snap, where the clock stops the moment the rope breaks free.
It was 2.3.
With her mom at the stopwatch and her dad at the gate, she practices until precision feels like an instinct, chasing those fractions of a second that separate the good from the great. Her personal best, 1.8 seconds, fast enough to make her the #2 breakaway rookie woman athlete on the California rodeo circuit.
You'd be shocked, a lot of girls can rope better than the guys.
As part of a new wave of cowgirls, Murray isn't just breaking horses, she's breaking barriers.
I think that we feel we have something to prove and we want to prove it.
Everyone's forgotten who runs this valley.
With the success of shows from Yellowstone to Landman, rodeos are riding high.
What's it like when there's a women rodeo event?
Well, the bathroom lines are a lot longer.
Allison Caney, the first female CEO of the Cow Palace, one of California's biggest rodeo venues, says ticket sales rose 61% this year. And women's rodeo is now roping in fans fast.
You see more money being put into women's events. You see more advocacy for women's events.
And get into your swing?
And while watching it may be fun, doing it is harder than it looks. Because out here, cowgirls aren't just following the trail, they're taking the reins.
Coming up, we check in with the Agars, the father and son who overcame the odds to become triathletes. That was already a terrific feat. Then they faced another challenge.
It took me some time to process it. It really gave me an opportunity to say, okay, I wasn't the one that harmed him, I was the one that helped to save him. So that gave me a lot of peace and strength.
"31-year-old Johnny Agar was born with cerebral palsy, but that didn't stop him from becoming an athlete. His dad, Jeff, actually helped him become a triathlete. And when Jeff had his own health struggles, the roles reversed, and Johnny was the one who helped his dad. Here's David Begnaud with their story.
So much fun.
It's the first time back in the saddle for father and son triathletes Jeff and Johnny Agar.
Doing okay, Dad?
Yeah. Since Jeff faced a near fatal diagnosis.
This burning sensation was telling me that I'm not getting enough blood flow to my heart. And I started feeling things in my chest. I knew right then something was going on. Shockingly, one of my arteries is 100% blocked, one was 80%, and another one is 50%.
Jeff and Johnny were in the middle of running a local 15-mile race in their hometown of Grand Rapids, Michigan, when Jeff started feeling those symptoms. In June, at 62 years old, Jeff underwent triple bypass surgery.
You okay?
During his summer-long recovery, one step at a time,
Great senses on here.
the Agars have come to believe that thanks to his extraordinary level of fitness, this sport and Johnny are ultimately what saved Jeff's life.
Got a good cadence going and everything. Thank you. It took me some time to process it. It really gave me an opportunity to say, okay, I wasn't the one that harmed him, I was the one that helped to save him. So that gave me a lot of peace and strength.
Look, nearly every parent receives the gift of joy from their children, but it's not often that they receive the gift of life.
Knees up, head high, buddy.
Jeff was helping Johnny to set this goal that Johnny wanted to achieve, and in the process, Johnny was helping Jeff and giving back to him. You know, that's the full circle moment for me.
Despite 31-year-old Johnny being born with cerebral palsy,
There you go.
which is a muscle disorder that makes it impossible for him to walk without assistance, Johnny has conquered countless triathlons thanks to his partner in stride. During the swim, Jeff pulls Johnny. When they bike, he hauls him. And when they run, he pushes.
Mom's cooking when we get home. I'm not doing it because I love it. It wasn't like a dream of mine. This is Johnny's dream. I'm just giving him the legs and the power to do it.
The Agars have become one of the most recognizable duos in the usual solo sport of triathlon. Inspired by the pioneer father-son triathletes, Dick and Rick Hoyt. With his dad as his motor, Johnny has achieved the insurmountable. He's completed a full Ironman race, a 2.4-mile swim, a 112-mile bike, and a 26.2-mile run, walking across the finish line for his team with just 4 minutes to spare. A year later, we called on NFL star Peyton Manning.
It is my honor to share with you that Team Agar has earned an official invite to the 2024 Ironman World Championship in Kona, Hawaii.
Who helped us break that news. The Agars then went on to Hawaii to compete in the world's toughest endurance event. Look, it's an honor because only one duo team typically gets invited every year. Today, the Agars are still defining the odds and proving Ironman's mantra to be true. that anything is possible.
I'm so proud of you, Dad. You showed me even more how strong you really are, and I hope that I can be half as strong of a person as you are.
It shouldn't come as a surprise by now that Jeff has vowed it's not a question of if he'll compete in races again with Johnny, it's just a matter of when.
And when I see Johnny get excited about what he does and what we're doing together as a team, it brings great closure for me that I'm doing everything I possibly can to help him out.
My bounty through Christ our Lord. Amen.
He's really given me infinity of blessings, and I'm really grateful not just be able to race, but have the best motor in the world.
That is our show. I hope it brightened your day. I hope it lifted you up. If for some reason it didn't, go ahead and press play again. Rerun's still completely free here at The Uplift. I'm going to go find some good news. See you next time.